3, 2, 1, go.
Listen. You smell something?
Skunk Works. A group with a high degree of autonomy and unhampered by bureaucracy. This is Skunk Works.
You can watch the Skunk Works Show live right now at skunkworkshow.com.
The Skunk Works Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
Hello. I am your host, Ryan, and I'm going to be here with you for the next few hours. We are broadcasting today from a secret location, so you can watch us if you want to from skunkworkshow.com. That's right, you can watch us at theskunkworkshow.com every Saturday from 4 to 5. We are at the Skunk Works Show Secret Studios, and I am sitting here with Alicia. Alicia, give us the rundown.
Hi, I'm Alicia. We are broadcasting live from the Skunk Works Show Secret Studio. We'll reveal our location at 5:05 today. On today's show, we have the news, a new 420 song of the week, Man on the Street, and our guests of the week, Eric Gunnels and Jamie from Third Coast, with much, much more.
All right, so we have a full plate. It's going to be a wild show. For anybody that's been following us, you may know where we are, but nobody knows for sure. What do you think about that, Chelsea? We're in Secret Studios.
I think it's a super idea. I am thrilled.
So what did you do today? What have you been up to? Have you seen anything wild or crazy in these secret studios?
It's been a very interesting experience, that's for sure, especially coming from a secret studio. I didn't expect that at all, but I'm glad to be here. Thanks.
The reason she says that, everybody, is I've been a monster all day, and people are ready to kill me because this is our first time in the secret studio, so it's been a little nerve-wracking. We want to say thank you to all of our sponsors real quick.
Definitely.
We have 5-Star Meds, who's shown us a lot of love. Michigan Organic shows us a lot of love. Iron Laboratories shows us a lot of love. 2 Steps Higher and Flint just came on board. We love them. We have Jimmy John's feeding us. Pizzeria Uno feeding us. Who else? Hungry Howie's and Clio. We love them. They delivered. So we have a lot of love and a lot of support.
Muskegon.
Muskegon, John.
Provisioning Center.
That's right. So we've got a lot of really cool stuff. And so, we got a great thing going on right now. Broadcasting live, there's always interesting things going on.
Sounds like a really great lineup to me. I'm definitely excited to hear our guests of the week. Interesting info coming out of Michigan and Lansing, so that'll be a great show for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. What else? I was just thinking of something really cool. My mind's running a million miles a minute.
I know. There's a lot going on today.
It is. Well, what I want to tell everybody, if you're listening to this show and you've never went to the website, go to skunkworkshow.com, hit the Watch Live tab, play button, and you can watch us and listen to us live. And at 5:05, we're going to reveal the secret studios, and it's going to be cool. So we have some cool guests. The 420 nurses are going to do the reveal with us. So that's it's awesome. I'm excited to see how the rest of the day goes. I know we're coming up to break here at some point, so we're going to say goodbye to you for 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and we should be right back.
What's up with the 420 nurses, guys, and the big reveal?
Here we go. See, we're a little off our time when we're live, but that's okay. That's what happens when you do live broadcasts. We're a little off. I write this out every week. What are you going to do?
Watch the Skunk Works Show live on skunkworkshow.com.
The Skunk Works Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
At Iron Laboratories, our mission is to apply the highest scientific standards to the testing of medical marijuana and derivative cannabis-based products. Iron Laboratories achieves this through the strict application of and adherence to methodologies that have been developed in research, regulatory, and academic settings. Consumer safety directs everything we do at Iron Laboratories. Our role as providers of product information to patients, caregivers, and producers is critical. The purity of the medicines that you put in your body is critically important, and we value the trust you put in us to evaluate and accurately report on these products. In addition, Iron Laboratories will continue to contribute to the industry knowledge base, setting benchmarks and establishing norms to create safer cannabis products. Give us a call at 248-313-9000 or visit our website at ironlaboratories.com. Again, that's 248-313-9000, ironlaboratories.com.
Folks, here's some food for thought. Every year, over 400,000 people die of illness related to tobacco use. Over 80,000 die from alcohol use. Over 30,000 die from reactions related to prescription medication. And more than 7,000 people die from the use of anti-inflammatory drugs such as aspirin. Aspirin. Do you know how many die from the use of marijuana? 0. No deaths can be directly linked to the use of cannabis. That makes it one of the safest substances available for medical use. Michigan Organic Solutions, Flint's premier medical marijuana consultants, is now offering compassionate doctor referrals. Get licensed for only $99. You only pay if you qualify. No medical records are required. Located at 3549 South Dord Highway, Suite 117, just across from the Dord Mall. Call 810-820-8953 or go online to make your appointment at www.miorganicsolutions.com. Consultations are free and your privacy is guaranteed. Log on now to www.miorganicsolutions.com.
Refusing to grow hemp in America during the 17th and 18th centuries was against the law. It was legal, however, to pay your taxes with hemp until the early 1800s.
Snoop Dogg is claiming that he smoked weed in the White House.
Two Steps Higher, your old school head shop, has your full selection of smoking needs. Water pipes, hand pipes, concentrate accessories, vaporizers, rolling papers, detox products, women's clothing, t-shirts, disc golf, skateboards, and hookahs, bitch! Hit us up for your Dirt Fest tickets, too. Check us out online at twostepshigher.com or give us a call, 655-0032.
The Skunk Works Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
Attention all units, this is Sergeant Stadenko. Attention all units, this is Sergeant Stadenko. We are changing from a Code 3 direct pursuit to a Code 347. Completely lost due to incompetence.
I could hear that 1,000 times. I love our bumper music. It's so cool. It makes me giggle a little bit like a girl. I have to say, I'm peeping out the side window of the secret studios, and there's these women that are body painted, and my attention keeps getting drawn over to body painted women. So I'm going to let your imagination.
Just to the clock.
I know. I'm looking at the clock, looking at the women.
I'll relieve your airtime for just a minute. So help yourself.
I can clean my drool off.
Sure.
Let's see. I think we're going to get back to some real business here at the Skunk Works Show. Real quick, go back to our site, skunkworkshow.com, to watch this broadcast live. We're doing 2 hours today. Real quick, we thank Jimmy John's, Two Steps Higher, Paul from Muskegon County Compassion Center, 5-Star Meds, Holistic Earth. Jamie, everybody that has helped us get where we are today, we appreciate it. But now, like I said, let's do some news. So I'm going to pass it over to Chelsea. She's going to give you the news brought to you by the Triple M Report. That's the Michigan Medical Marijuana Report, if you didn't know. Chelsea, give me some news.
All right, Ryan, thank you. Lots going on in Lansing lately, as you know. We briefly discussed a few topics last week. Here's the rundown. Michigan Senate Committee passes medical marijuana bills onto the Senate floor for a vote. On July 16th, the Senate Government Operations Committee reconvened to hear testimony on House Bill 4271, the Provisioning Center Bill, and House Bill 5014, the Concentrate Edibles Bill, for consideration. Although the committee's chair, Senator Randy Richardville, agreed to another round of testimony, he is still not supportive of the bills in the current language. He is in favor of passing the bills out of his committee. He claims much work is needed to be done to the bills to ensure a successful Senate floor vote. The bills were passed out of Senate Government Ops with a 3-1 vote. Los Angeles City Attorney cites new marijuana farmers market a public nuisance. The newly minted medical marijuana farmers market, which made its debut on the July 4th holiday weekend, may come to a sudden halt after LA City Attorney claims the farmers market is a public nuisance to the community. City Attorney Mike Fuhrer announced a lawsuit Monday against the West Coast Collective, citing violations of city zoning codes and Proposition D, which regulates and taxes medical marijuana dispensaries within the city. And let's see. Big news here. North Carolina passes a CBD-only legislation for medical marijuana program. North Carolina is the newest state to adopt CBD-only legislation. Governor Pat McCrory signed into law the CBD legislation, which passed unanimously in the Senate and a 112-1 vote in the House. Under the bill, families and their neurologists will have to register with the state of North Carolina to possess and administer the CBD oil. Physicians are required to participate in a state pilot study for the effectiveness of the CBD treatments on seizure disorders. The Department of Health and Human Services will be issuing draft rules for the pilot study, and it looks like the law calls for University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, Duke University, Wake Forest University, and East Carolina University to work with the registered neurologist on the clinical trials of the CBD. Michigan news. Vote Green initiative project included Grosse Pointe Park for marijuana decriminalization.
I'm going to cut you off for a second because you were looking at me.
Oh, I'm
We're
sorry.
playing today a little bit. We're not going to be as hardcore about our format.
Okay, good.
But I was doing the dog pound from, the old school, what was that, Arsenio Hall. And you.
Oh,
I drew,
I'm done with my news?
No. I just drew her attention. So if anybody was watching, I made her hiccup on the news. It wasn't her. It was me because I was fist pumping behind her. So I just wanted to explain that. But go ahead.
All right. As we all know, Michigan's really making their way with decrim all over the city. All over the state. We've got 18-plus cities, a county, possibly 2, with ballot initiatives this year. The city of Grosse Pointe Park is the newest city now that is gathering signatures to remove criminal penalties from adult possession of marijuana on private property. Tim Beck, the co-founder of Safer Michigan Coalition, says the city is an experiment for us, as they have yet to take on a city of that caliber of demographics, being mainly wealthy families, with the median income to be around $100,000 a year. So that should be very interesting to see how that plays out.
But
nice.
They
have a 100% track record, so
right on.
Power to the VGIP.
Absolutely.
And I am Chelsea, and that was the news brought to you by the Michigan Medical Marijuana Report magazine. Thank you.
Who supports the Skunk Works, and we support
Woo
them.
woo,
That's
Skunk
right.
Works.
In the secret den, the secret studios. That's why it's a little darker if you're watching us, because when you're in a hole, it's a little darker.
But it's a lot of fun.
It
I'm
is.
having
I
a
like
blast
where I am.
here,
It
so
is.
I'm glad to see everyone out and about at the secret studios. It's really great.
It's sunny. It's beautiful out. It was supposed to rain and be rotten, and we were fortunate. It's probably 75, 80 degrees out here. The sun's rocking. There's people bouncing around outside of our den, and it's cool.
Very cool.
And we got some free food. Did you eat some food today?
I did. I had some pizza, so I'm good to go.
I had a Jimmy John's sub. They packed their cool cookie in there with the pickle. I like pickles with my sandwich. I got a cool pickle, so that was awesome. We got a cool 420 song this week. I did this for Howard from Iron Labs.
Oh,
Howard's
right
a
on.
deadhead, and Buddy's a deadhead, and he's somewhere over at that event happening this week. I saw him yesterday, and he said something about some event. So we're playing our 420 song this week. It's dedicated to Howard from Iron Laboratories because
and Buddy.
and
You
Buddy,
guys are awesome.
You are awesome. I saw my buddy Rick Thompson running around today taking pictures.
Yep, Jamie Lowell's here too, running around somewhere.
I think Steve
around these
Green's
studios.
here working with the MDCC.
Yeah.
So we're going to go see those guys. we have some cool things going on. I'm pretty excited about that. What else? Oh, we got a Man on the Street segment that's really cool, too. I forgot. We were in Ann Arbor last week.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, you were at the art fair.
Yes.
Oh, man. What a huge variety of people to talk to at the art fair, I must say.
It was awesome. We
definitely excited about that.
Yep, we had a good time at the art fair, did the Man on the Street, so that segment, when it comes up, is going to be a lot of cool art fair people, so I'm excited about that. There's just so much going on. It's summertime, and we're outside broadcasting from our first remote. If this goes well, we're going to try another one.
Oh, for sure.
We want to go up to Mackinac Island and cover the bridge walk.
That will be awesome. I wish I could go with you. I'll be at the medical marijuana conference that weekend.
Ha ha ha! You're not going to be
so,
there. I forgot about that. I don't have to give her a room because she's got to go somewhere else.
But that'll be awesome. That'll be August 29th.
Have you ever done that event?
The bridge walk?
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, I've not made it my way.
Our producer, if anybody's watching, our producer Kevin, he's got a headband on. He's scared to go. I've asked him for like 3 years. It's like, let's do the walk, and he's like, next year. Next year, I'll be dead next year.
I don't know how I feel about walking over that bridge. I really don't. Maybe it's a height thing. I don't know. We'll see.
Kevin screams out he loves the bridge from the secret den. I love it.
But it's awesome.
I can't get enough of it. You know what I do? I go up to the very tippy top where you're like at the middle of it, and I drop change down there, and I don't know if you're allowed to or not, but it seems fun.
Make a wish.
I'm like a 3-year-old mentality. Do you hear Sniffer?
I hear Sniffer.
I think that's like a doorbell ringing around our secret studios. When you hear Sniffer, it means he's either here or it's time to be quiet. Really what it means, if you know or you listen regularly, is the 420 song is coming up, and it is Casey Jones, and we want you to enjoy it. So we are going to let you go. Listen, be happy.
Just cross my mind. Yeah. Yes.
Submit your request for a 420 Song of the Week at skunkworkshow.com.
Work Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
Folks, here's some food for thought. Every year, over 400,000 people die of illness related to tobacco use. Over 80,000 die from alcohol use. Over 30,000 die from reactions related to prescription medication. And more than 7,000 people die from the use of anti-inflammatory drugs such as aspirin. Aspirin. Do you know how many die from the use of marijuana? 0. No deaths can be directly linked to the use of cannabis. That makes it one of the safest substances available for medical use. Michigan Organic Solutions, Flint's premier medical marijuana consultants, is now offering compassionate doctor referrals. Get licensed for only $99. You only pay if you qualify. No medical records are required. Located at 3549 South Dordt Highway, Suite 117, just across from the Dordt Mall. Call 810-820-8953 or go online to make your appointment at www.miorganicsolutions.com. Consultations are free and your privacy is guaranteed. Log on now to www.miorganicsolutions.com.
In 1938, hemp was called the billion-dollar crop.
I paid $1 billion for that piece of shit.
2 steps higher, your old school head shop has your full selection of smoking needs. Water pipes, hand pipes, concentrate accessories, vaporizers, rolling papers, detox products, women's clothing, t-shirts, disc golf, skateboards, and hookahs, bitch! Hit us up for your Dirt Fest tickets too. Check us out online at twostepshigher.com or give us a call, 655-0032.
At Iron Laboratories, our mission is to apply the highest scientific standards to the testing of medical marijuana and derivative cannabis-based products. Iron Laboratories achieves this through the strict application of and adherence to methodologies that have been developed in research, regulatory, and academic settings. Consumer safety directs everything we do at Iron Laboratories. Our role as providers of product information to patients, caregivers, and producers is critical. The purity of the medicines that you put in your body is critically important, and we value the trust you put in us to evaluate and accurately report on these products. In addition, Iron Laboratories will continue to contribute to the industry knowledge base, setting benchmarks and establishing norms to create safer cannabis products. Give us a call at 248-313-9000 or visit our website at ironlaboratories.com. Again, that's 248-313-9000, ironlaboratories.com.
The Skunk Works Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
Attention all units, attention all units, this is Sergeant Stadenko. Attention all units, this is Sergeant Stadenko. We are changing from a Code 3 direct pursuit to a Code 347. Completely lost due to incompetence.
And we are back in the den live today. This beautiful Saturday afternoon. We've got the Man on the Street coming up. Some other really cool things. Chelsea, real quick, what do you got to say? You wanted to talk about something?
I want to give a shout out to everyone. You are cordially invited to our 8th Michigan Medical Marijuana Conference. It is August 29th through the 31st at the Grand Traverse Resort and Spa in Traverse City, Michigan. We are going to have a good time, so check it out.
Check it out. Here's Man on the Street. This is Ryan with the Skunk Works Show, and I'm standing with
Fred.
Where are you from, Fred?
Pittsfield Township, Ypsilanti.
I'm out here talking to people today about Michigan's medical marijuana. You know, in 2009, they started issuing cards. Has this been a good thing or a bad thing, in your opinion?
I think it's a great thing. I think it helps people with seizures, little children that have some disabilities. I've seen different documentaries. It's got its medicinal benefits. My opinion is they should put it in a pill form since we're all into prescriptions and pharmaceuticals, and I think it can be done with pills.
Right now, there's a bill in committee in Lansing here in Michigan. It looks like it's going to pass. The number is 4271. It basically says each community can decide if they want a medical marijuana dispensary. Would you have a problem with one being in your hometown?
No, not at all.
You see, the rest of the country is becoming more relaxed with cannabis. 2 states are recreational already, and it looks like there's going to be more to follow in November. What do you think about recreational marijuana for 21 and over?
I think it's fine if they have different rules as far as the driving of the vehicle. It's under the influence of any drug. I mean, I could be on something from my doctor, and it can impair my driving, a Valium or whatever that's prescribed to me by my doctor. So as long as the law exerts the meaning of being careful, being cautious, and not driving under the influence, I'm all for it.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you. We're in Ann Arbor at the art fair, and I'm standing with
Carrie Lowe.
Where are you from, Carrie?
I'm from Temperance, Michigan.
The reason we're down here in Ann Arbor today is talking about Michigan's medical marijuana law. As you know, in 2009, Michigan started issuing medical marijuana cards. Have you seen that to be a good or a bad thing?
I'm kind of on the fence. I kind of would go both ways. I'm a healthcare provider, so I do see some of the benefits. However, I think it needs to be closely structured and closely monitored.
Right now, there's a bill sitting in Lansing. It's in committee. It looks like it's going to pass committee here probably this week, and it even looks like it's going to pass through the floor and be signed by the governor. What this bill is, it's 4271, and it says each community can decide if they want a medical marijuana dispensary in their community. If we brought one to your town, would you have a problem with that?
I don't think so, no. I have 3 children. Again, my concern would be that it is strictly dispensed for medical purposes. There's a lot of talk about people saying, well, you can drink, you get behind the wheel of a car, and you're a risk to society. But then if you smoke marijuana and get behind the wheel of a car, you're not a risk to society. And I disagree. I happen to disagree with that thought process.
You see that Colorado has recreational use, Washington has recreational use, Oregon and some other states are going to vote this November on recreational for 21 and over. It looks like the country's relaxed its attitude. Do you have an opinion on that part of the marijuana industry?
It certainly does look that way. However, I'm old school, and I don't believe in recreational use of marijuana. I just think it inhibits your reaction time. I think it inhibits your ability to function in a normal capacity, not being under the influence of either alcohol or drugs.
Thank you very much for your time.
Okay, thanks.
I'm standing with
Danielle.
Where are you from, Danielle?
Right now, Ann Arbor, Troy originally, I guess, Michigan, hour east.
So you're a student?
Yes.
In Ann Arbor, there's medical marijuana dispensaries. Have you seen any problem with these businesses in this city?
No, I actually haven't heard that much about them either way, I guess, so definitely more positive than negative.
Right now, there's a bill in Lansing. It's sitting in committee. Its number is 4271. If this bill gets out of committee, which it looks like it's going to do, and hits the floor, it looks like it's probably going to pass. If they wanted to bring a dispensary to Troy, where your hometown is, would you have a problem with that?
No.
So medical marijuana doesn't seem to be a problem for you?
No, especially since living in Ann Arbor, I don't think marijuana in general is a problem, I guess. I used to be like a very sheltered high school student, and then I came to college and I was like, whatever, it's fine, smoke your pot, like it's chill.
Nice. You know that there's 2 states in the union, Washington and Colorado, that have legalization for 21 and over. It looks like a couple more states this November will follow that rule. If legal marijuana came to Michigan, would you have a problem with that?
No, it's fine. I think it's much better than cigarettes. I'd wish they'd outlaw those and just make pot legal.
That's a very great statement. Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
thank you. Standing with
Tina Miller.
Where are you from, Miss Miller?
South Lyon, Michigan.
Nice. What brought you in Ann Arbor today?
Out to see the art fair.
I knew that already, you know.
I bet you did.
We're out here asking people about Michigan's medical marijuana law. In 2009, the state started issuing medical marijuana cards. Have you seen this as a good or a bad thing?
The idea was good. It's turned out to be something that's been abused. I think it's a bad thing right now.
You see that other states in the union, Colorado and Washington, have legalized cannabis for anyone over 21. What's your opinion on that?
My opinion is it shouldn't be legal, but when you talk to my children who are teenagers, they think it should be. They don't see that actually marijuana really is a gateway drug. So it needs to be, if it's going to be legalized, it should be regulated in such a way that we can control the intensity of the THC that's in the marijuana so that we don't have people taking a hit or two and getting behind the wheel of a car.
Next question. There's a bill in Lansing in committee. It's 4271. It looks like it's going to pass committee and hit the floor and even, be signed by the governor. What that bill basically states is each community in Michigan will be able to decide if they want a medical marijuana dispensary. Do you want one in your town?
No, not really, but I understand that there are people who have health issues where they really need marijuana, and it really does help stimulate appetite. So it could be a good thing as long as we make sure that the right people are getting that marijuana and not just any young guy who wants to run into the pot shop gets it. So it has to be controlled so it's not abused.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, we're in Ann Arbor, and I'm standing with
Lorraine Lotsoff.
Where are you from, Lorraine?
West Bloomfield.
I'm out here asking people questions about Michigan's medical marijuana law. In 2009, the state started issuing cards. Do you have any opinion on that?
I think it should be permanently done. I think people who have medical conditions should be able to buy it, and it should be covered by their insurance. And if you want to use it for recreational use, you pay for it, but at least you know you're getting a quality product, that somebody's not throwing extra stuff in there. So I'd vote for it.
So you have no problem with the way Colorado and Washington have set up with recreational? you sound like you're okay as long as responsible people are using it responsibly.
Exactly right. Don't drive when you're high. But when you have, my husband died of cancer, and it wasn't available to him. And he would have been in a lot less pain had he been able to get it, but he wasn't able to. So I think it should be nationwide. People who want it are going to get it. So let's make sure it's a pure product.
Thank you very much for your time.
This is Skunk Works.
That was another episode of the Man on the Street, which I hope everybody enjoyed. It's something we work on every week to bring you, the people's voice. It's kind of a, it's an opportunity for just the random folks to tell us what they think about cannabis. I want to take this time to say we've got a special guest in our secret studios, and Mr. Mike Boutin. Some of you might know him from the Weed Country that aired on Discovery Channel. He's sitting in with us. Mike Boutin, thank you very much for your time. Welcome to the Skunk Works Show.
Well, thanks for having me.
We were excited. I see him walk down, and I'm like, I got to talk to Mr. Mike Boutin. What brings you to Michigan? I know kind of why you're here, but without revealing too much of where we are, what's going on in your life? I know you do a radio show. What's been going on after Weed Country?
Well, quite a bit went on, and without getting bogged down into that, I'll just say that one of the things that Tony and I are doing now is sharing the knowledge and the experience that we have, and there is a difference. But, we have MikeBoutin.com, and that's a place where you can go to find out where our next seminar is at. We take all day long to teach people everything we know about what it takes to cultivate medical marijuana for yourself and for others, and that's what we do.
You know what, man? When I watched that show, what drew me to your, I don't want to say character because it's a real, you're a real man. You didn't play a character, but that's what it was, is you were real. You weren't out for the hustle. It wasn't about the dollar. It was about living your life in being a free citizen, in doing the right things, and treating people the right way.
Right,
and
right. And the unfortunate thing was, and you have no control over it when the TV people come in, and I'm really proud of what Weed Country accomplished, even though some of it, wasn't very, maybe attractive. But the truth was that they were with us for 4 months, and 80% of the time we were having just a normal life like everybody else, growing marijuana, having interaction with our patients, with our friends, cutting up, having fun, doing what people do. The 20% of the time that people dropped, complete nonsense in our laps, a bunch of drama that we never asked for, then they made that 80% of the show. But even through all of that, people were able to see that, marijuana is not what you think it is. The people that are, not everybody that's involved with marijuana is who you think they are. And the truth of it is that for me, I can't get past the fact that it's a fundamental human right, or it should be. I mean, listen, if a plant can grow everywhere man can live, and it can give him everything he needs to live, if that's not a fundamental human right, tell me what is.
Absolutely.
What is?
That's why we do this show. It really is, because we feel like if we can keep bringing this to normal people in normal places that maybe didn't accept our culture before, it just keeps that open mindset going forward.
Right, and like I said before, knowledge, wisdom, there's a difference. There's a saying I like, I didn't make it up, but they say that knowledge is knowing that tomato is a fruit, and wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad. and when it comes to marijuana growing, sure, there's a lot out there, but we came here, we taught a class for Arborside on Thursday.
Yeah, I heard that was a great turnout.
Well, I'll tell you the truth, I was a little bit scared when I asked the room how many people in here have grown marijuana before, and almost every single person in there raised their hand, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a tough crowd. But you know what? We just tell people what we know works, what we've used, what we've learned in the past, the things that we couldn't find in the books, how we ultimately solved those problems. And when I asked the people mostly, because of course we all had to go out and smoke afterwards, we're all out in the parking lot.
Right.
And I asked everybody, I said, listen, and it doesn't make you less if the answer's yes. I'm a no BS guy. I don't want to be patronized, but answer me. Did you learn anything you didn't know? And everybody said yeah, and some people said more than one thing. So I felt good about that.
Right on.
There's always something to learn new.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you guys know we are going to hit a break in a few minutes. I'm hoping you'll sit in with us
Oh,
for
sure,
another couple
sure,
minutes.
no
So,
problem,
all right,
no.
I didn't mean to cut you off or
Oh
anything.
no! Listen,
you know.
I've never. You can't hardly ever shut me up about marijuana, so I'll sit here most of the day if I had to.
That's why you do a radio show, I'm
well,
assuming.
I did, but I don't anymore. But I did for quite a while.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. All right, we're going to hit break. Mr. Boutin, Mike Boutin, will be with us. Chelsea's, of course, sitting with us. We have Eric Gunnels and Jamie Lowell coming up. Thank you. We'll be right back.
The Skunk Works Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
The first Bibles, maps, charts, Betsy Ross's flag, the first drafts of the Declaration of Independence, and the Constitution were made from hemp.
Amen. 2 Steps Higher, your old school head shop, has your full selection of smoking needs. Water pipes, hand pipes, concentrate accessories, vaporizers, rolling papers, detox products, women's clothing, t-shirts, disc golf, skateboards, and hookahs, bitch. Hit us up for your Dirt Fest tickets, too. Check us out online at 2stepshigher.com or give us a call, 655-0032.
At Iron Laboratories, our mission is to apply the highest scientific standards to the testing of medical marijuana and derivative cannabis-based products. Iron Laboratories achieves this through the strict application of and adherence to methodologies that have been developed in research, regulatory, and academic settings. Consumer safety directs everything we do at Iron Laboratories. Our role as providers of product information to patients, caregivers, and producers is critical. The purity of the medicines that you put in your body is critically important, and we value the trust you put in us to evaluate and accurately report on these products. In addition, Iron Laboratories will continue to contribute to the industry knowledge base, setting benchmarks and establishing norms to create safer cannabis products. Give us a call at 248-313-9000 or visit our website at ironlaboratories.com. Again, that's 248-313-9000, ironlaboratories.com.
Folks, here's some food for thought. Every year, over 400,000 people die of illness related to tobacco use. Over 80,000 die from alcohol use. Over 30,000 die from reactions related to prescription medication. And more than 7,000 people die from the use of anti-inflammatory drugs such as aspirin. Aspirin. Do you know how many die from the use of marijuana? 0. No deaths can be directly linked to the use of cannabis. That makes it one of the safest substances available for medical use. Michigan Organic Solutions, Flint's premier medical marijuana consultants, is now offering compassionate doctor referrals. Get licensed for only $99. You only pay if you qualify. No medical records are required. Located at 3549 South Dordt Highway, Suite 117, just across from the Dordt Mall. Call 810-820-8953 or go online to make your appointment at www.miorganicsolutions.com. Consultations are free and your privacy is guaranteed. Log on now to www.miorganicsolutions.com.
The Skunk Works Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
Attention all units, this is Sergeant Stadenko. Attention all units, this is Sergeant Stadenko. We are changing from a Code 3 direct pursuit to a Code 347. Completely lost due to incompetence.
All right, I hope everybody made it to that 2.5-minute break. Gave you a chance to use the restroom or whatever. Mr. Mike Boutin decided to sit in with us for a few more minutes, or at least a minute here. I wanted to say thank you to him for giving up his time. It's been a busy day, I'm sure. So, Mike, thank you so much for sitting in with us. If there's anything you'd like to say or a shout-out to anybody, feel free to take that opportunity.
Yeah, listen, I appreciate having the chance to. I love coming to Michigan. It's, the third time I've come here. And the first 2 times I came, I lobbied the legislature for things that are, positive for the patients here in Michigan.
Yes.
And it's been my experience that, one of the things that people really, I think, take to about Tanya and I, like you said, is that, we're just real people, we are who we are. And Michigan is full of people like that. I love this state because everybody that I meet here is a blue-collar, real person, not a lot of pretension, not a lot of this leg hiking going on like you see coming out of California, all of this, and that's the other thing I wanted to say. everybody gets into this, who has the better this, who has the better that, and you want to know something, you could, I spend time in Michigan and I do the product here, and it's come to the point where you don't even know if you're in California or Colorado, you don't know if you're in Michigan. It's high quality product, made by real people, and I love Michigan for that. I really do. It's one of my favorite medical marijuana states.
Well, thank you. We love you here.
Yeah, we want you back.
You're wonderful.
The next time you're here, come in and sit in the studios. If we're not on location, wherever we are, we want you to come and visit us. So
All right, we're
going to keep in contact. Thank you for being with us. We're going to bring in Jamie Lowell here. So,
all right, well, light him if you got him, everybody, and go to MikeBoutin.com. Thanks.
Sweet.
Thanks,
all
Mike.
right. Thank you very much. Yeah, that guy's awesome, Mike Boutin. He's best known right now for Weed Country, but I'm sure there's other great things in his life, and he's going to be known for those too.
Yeah,
so.
check out MikeBoutin.com.
Excellent.
See where a seminar is.
Right now, I believe we have Jamie Lowell coming in. Some of you may know Jamie from Third Coast Compassion Center there in Ypsilanti, and from all the great work he does in the state. He's putting on his headphones right now, so he'll be ready to introduce himself. Jamie, thanks for taking the time to sit in with us. We love having this opportunity to talk with you on the Skunk Works Show. What's going on, brother? What are you up to?
Well, I've been working with the Michigan chapter of Americans for Safe Access lately with the focus in mind of working with the people who want to bring legalization to Michigan and making sure that we protect that medical bubble and so that something that happens in Michigan looks more like Colorado than it does Washington.
Nice.
So that the patient status stays alive, and those people who need more than what's allowed for recreational use, who don't have to pay the heavier taxes that are likely to come with it, and who might have some more protections. So we just want to make sure that we're around to keep that alive, and that's been our focus lately.
Nice. You know, it's people like Jamie Lowell here that actually make policy in this state. And, you know, we just want to say as a show, we appreciate what you do, because without people like you and, you know, many others, it's, you know, there's a group and you guys are all fighting the good fight, and you get up every day and you make a difference. We just had Mike Boutin on here. He makes a difference. You know, maybe he doesn't live in Michigan, but in California, that affects us as much as what we do here affects them. The people of this country are going to make the choices on how this cannabis movement
absolutely
rises or falls.
And of course,
there's no question,
legalization is going to be 10 times harder than medical marijuana, so we have to prove it to them through groups like ASA. So explain to us how our listeners can get involved with the ASA.
Well, safeaccessnow.org. There is a Michigan section, but they do a lot of work nationally. You might take a interest in some of the lobbying they do in Washington, D.C., and some of the programs they try to get implemented, and work more directly with that. We need more people from our states to go to Washington, D.C. and lobby those representatives. We've done a great job here in this community getting to our lawmakers in Lansing, as
Definitely.
the two patient-friendly bills that sit in the Senate passed out of the House with overwhelming bipartisan support. That had a lot to do with a lot of members of this community educating those lawmakers, and we need some more of that down in Washington. Another interesting issue with this movement and working together and things like that, this is an election year, and our movement has kind of become an association, an informal association of people who are Republican, Democrat, Independent, who will just get together and support those campaigning for elected office who demonstrate sensible policy on these issues. And our issue is in essentially allowing people to do what they would like to do, you know, for themselves and treat themselves how they would like to without interference. Parallel a lot of the thinking of the independents and the social justice issues that are out there. And we kind of reflect a bigger picture. Even though medical marijuana is kind of a small issue, it represents the thinking of a lot of voters. And that over the last 5-6 years has become a pretty strong political voice, or a good indication.
Everything you just said, Jamie, all I hear is rights, freedom, rights, freedom. I mean, that's what this really boils down to when it's all said and done, is people's freedom to do what they want to do as responsible adults in their own homes. And,
so we think in 2016, is that a possibility for Michigan?
I think that comes down to funding. I think that we're certainly more than 50% of us would vote for that at the polls statewide. But a lot of the national organizations and funding that usually help states out with this are tied up in several other states in 2016 and so they're not able to promise us anything. But we can raise money from within. We can demonstrate polling. We can do some of the things ourselves and get it done in 2016. But if not, there's no question, 2018, 2020, it's happening in Michigan for sure.
Absolutely. I just wanted to say thank you, Jamie. We're going to have Eric come in.
Yes.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
And anybody that doesn't know Jamie, I can tell you, this guy works nonstop to make a difference.
Definitely.
So thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Great show. Thank you very much.
Have a great
Have a
day.
good day.
Ooh, somebody's peeking at me. It's Stacy. Cool.
From the Cannabis.
We've got Eric coming up, and hopefully we're going to get Stacy at the break of the next hour.
Here's our trustee buddy.
Yeah, I love Eric. Eric, once again, another guy that makes a difference every day. So
Thetford Township trustee, Eric
absolutely.
Gunnels. Welcome.
Hi, Eric.
Hey, guys.
How's everything?
Hey, thanks. Yeah, great. And thanks for having me back on the show.
Absolutely. You know, we're shocked and surprised that you found us in our secret studios. You know, we've only let a few people know, but check it out. My guy sniffed it out, and he's here, and we appreciate the effort that you put in to find us.
What's
going on with you lately? What have you been up to?
Oh.
Well, local politics, as always. I just want to remind your audience, your listeners, that you have to become a part of your government and engage your government to be a part of it, to be an active part of it. And that's an important message that I want to convey to people across.
You mean sitting on my couch bitching isn't going to do anything?
Exactly.
You're a prime example, Eric.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kind of explain to our viewers how you got your start briefly.
I became heavily involved in the medical marijuana community when the law passed. I saw that there was going to be a problem in the transition of seeing local government and policies adjust to it, and the way the cops were going to view it. And I also knew that I had to take an active role in that. So I guess taking an active role in that sort of gave me the tools, I guess, I gathered for being taking a more political role, active role in our government. And that led me to running for public office. A lot of people told me that putting medical marijuana on a running platform would be counterproductive. But
we continuously prove them wrong,
exactly,
which is fantastic.
I do think the support was there for me. I really do, and so that's how I took the position. I took the oath of office in 2012, and it's a 4-year term.
Now, how do you feel the township that you work with? Are they loosening up to the idea of you running on that sort of platform and kind of directing your opinions towards that, or? Well, what's the gist there?
They, since most of them, like most elected officials, are very uninformed and usually ill-informed about about medical marijuana and the laws, so they don't appreciate me being so knowledgeable and them not knowing nearly as much. So it's sort of like they avoid having the conversation with me because they know I'll drown them out with information.
Well, it's hard to deal with the smartest guy in the room on that subject. If you're not him, it's like,
Sometimes
they start
it's hard
walking
to break
around
it
you. It's
down,
like,
yeah.
you know. And, I would hope, what a smart person would probably do is they'd go educate themselves so they could have a debate that was worth having with you or somebody that knows about whatever the subject matter would
recently, I think you were explaining a situation just the other day where, they asked you your opinion specifically on an issue because you were the guy to go to.
Yep, and I received the props there at that meeting. It was a township next to mine in the township of Vienna. But yeah, that's one example. I just encourage all people to, if don't complain, take an active role in your government. Go, find out when your local township or your local city municipalities meet, and go there for the meetings and be the person in the chair. And when there's an issue in your community that comes up, be the person to stand up and voice your opinion and do your research when you go there.
Ask your questions
and be polite and just engage your local elected officials and help educate them to make better decisions.
Absolutely. I think it's a great idea. More people should do it. So
once again, Eric is one of these guys. We had Mike Boutin on, Eric.
Yeah,
and of course you saw Jamie come through, and it's like, you guys are the freedom fighters, and there's a group of you, and you're becoming so many now. There's so many of us because I feel I'm in that. What we do as a group for this radio show brings that message.
People that can't show up to that.
So
definitely.
Everybody contributes. So maybe it isn't that you're going to run for office, but if you can do anything to help the problem, then it's a help.
Yeah, and if you yourself doesn't, if you're not the kind of person that feels you'd be right for the job, encourage someone that you know, a friend or a family member that you think, really has the strength and the fortitude and the resolve to be a good diplomat. And that's what it's all about. It's about engaging your government and becoming a part of it, and helping to set the world straight, when it comes to issues.
Thanks so much, Gunnels.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you so much. Rock on, brother. We're going to reveal the secret studios in about 10 minutes. So
awesome.
Thank you.
Yep.
Sorry, The Skunk Works Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
Folks, here's some food for thought. Every year, over 400,000 people die of illness related to tobacco use. Over 80,000 die from alcohol use. Over 30,000 die from reactions related to prescription medication. And more than 7,000 people die from the use of anti-inflammatory drugs such as aspirin. Aspirin. Do you know how many die from the use of marijuana? 0. No deaths can be directly linked to the use of cannabis. That makes it one of the safest substances available for medical use. Michigan Organic Solutions, Flint's premier medical marijuana consultants, is now offering compassionate doctor referrals. Get licensed for only $99. You only pay if you qualify. No medical records are required. Located at 3549 South Road Highway, Suite 117, just across from the Dord Mall. Call 810-820-8953 or go online to make your appointment at www.miorganicsolutions.com. Consultations are free and your privacy is guaranteed. Log on now to www.miorganicsolutions.com.
The real estate market is moving full speed ahead, so don't be left behind. Remember Kim.
Hi, I'm Kim Nowak with Century 21 Town & Country, and I'm here to help you whether you're buying your first home or thinking of selling and moving on up. Let me guide you in the right direction. Call me at 248-835-2992. Again, it's 248-835-2992, and my focus will be on your needs. Remember Kim.
At Iron Laboratories, our mission is to apply the highest scientific standards to the testing of medical marijuana and derivative cannabis-based products. Iron Laboratories achieves this through the strict application of and adherence to methodologies that have been developed in research, regulatory, and academic settings. Consumer safety directs everything we do at Iron Laboratories. Our role as providers of product information to patients, caregivers, and producers is critical. The purity of the medicines that you put in your body is critically important, and we value the trust you put in us to evaluate and accurately report on these products. In addition, Iron Laboratories will continue to contribute to the industry knowledge base, setting benchmarks and establishing norms to create safer cannabis products. Give us a call at 248-313-9000 or visit our website at ironlaboratories.com. Again, that's 248-313-9000, ironlaboratories.com.
The Skunk Works Show, powered by Iron Laboratories.
Well, all right. You sat in with another episode of the Skunk Works Show. Go to our site. We're going to do a second hour at theskunkworkshow.com. Skunkworkshow.com. Hit the live tab. I want to thank all of our sponsors. And, of course, this has been a Nowak Media production. Do you smell that?
What is it?
The Skunk Works Show, giving you a scent of the truth.
Live every Saturday from 4 to 5 p.m. on WFNT.
News from the 420 Underground.
It's the Skunk Works Show.
Yep, skunkworkshow.com.